Hello Halifax. I just want to welcome everyone here to Steele Hyundai. I'm the general manager here and I couldn't be more thrilled to launch this exciting new Ioniq 5 fully electric vehicle, a real game changer for our brand and I believe for the entire electric community. So thank you for tuning in live here at Steele Hyundai, 3625 Kempt Road. We have one of these available for a test drive, of course. And I'm going to turn it over here to my colleague Troyce Ashe to kick off this event.
How's it going out there, everybody? My name is Troyce Ashe here at Steele Hyundai, 3625 Kempt Road. The time has come. I know a lot of anticipation for this awesome vehicle, the Ioniq 5. So a lot of folks did have a chance to come down and book a test drive. If you didn't, the time is now. Thanks for everybody for tuning in Facebook Live. I know if you're at work, you're probably going to tune in later on and watch the film of this video, so shouts out to you guys too. But yes, again, the time has arrived. 2022, our awesome vehicle called the Ioniq 5, Electric 5. Don't mind me, it's really early in the morning. Ioniq 5, but I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Mr. Johnny Yeadon, and he's going to go talk about this vehicle and tell you everything about it. All right, Mr. Johnny.
Thanks, Troyce. First things first, let's see the car. Pull the curtains, let's get this going. Woo! Wow, so this is the brand new Ioniq 5 and it is a bad boy. You're going to see a lot of really cool design features here. This is built with Hyundai's superstructure placed on a dedicated EV platform. Now let's take a quick little look around this, all right? I feel like the Undertaker right now. They used some very sophisticated simplicity here, but there are a lot of really cool design features I want to point out, all right? So first of all, this is the preferred model, all right? Rear wheel drive with long range. That's the one we're looking at right here. You're going to notice a theme throughout this entire vehicle with little pixels, not only in the front lights, which we're going to get to, but the rear lights too. Give it a super cool look. Now, let's check out the trunk, because that's one thing that a lot of EVs don't have a lot of space with. We do here. Now we've obviously got a lot of gear in here because we're doing a little bit of a broadcast if you haven't noticed, but this has almost 3,800 liters. That means you can fit in this trunk here 48 size 12 men's basketball shoe boxes, 2,233 clean diapers, 62 PlayStation 5s, and 4 full-grown, purebred West African pygmy goats. That's pretty cool. If we work our way over to the side here, this is the charging port. The cool thing is, right here on the key, I have a button. I can just press this, and that thing will fire right open here. Now, most cars, you can just plug it in, whatever. That's boring. This is not single directional. This has something called vehicle to load, or V2L. That means you can put a little adapter on there and like power stuff. So, hear me out. You're out, you're shopping, you're running errands, and you get a little peckish. Sure, you could go to a restaurant and get something to eat, or you can pull over and put one of the 14 air fryers you can fit in the back, plug it in there, and you're eating chicken nuggies in no time. That's pretty cool. Dreams are coming true with that, by the way. Here's the back seat. Lots of space here. I'm actually going to need a volunteer. So I'm going to pull in my general manager, who you just met a few minutes ago, Mr. Michael Curry. So, Mike.
Yes, Johnny.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
He's 6'3". I'm not a short guy either. Now, I would like you to sit in the front seat.
Certainly.
So clearly, Mike has a lot of room here. Now, what happens if you get another tall person to sit in the back? Will it fit? I gotta tell you, if we were going on a drive, I've actually got a lot of room here. I'm quite comfortable, and I know we got some gear behind us, but these seats do recline. So if I needed to go back and kind of take a snooze, I can still do that. I can't do that in very many vehicles. That's super cool. Thanks, Mike.
You're quite welcome.
if we want to check out the front, one of the weird little design things, I'm a bit of a nitpicker with cars, and I think this is one of the super cool things. Notice how there's no like hood seams here? Most vehicles have like that weird seam right here or a cracked one across the front. This doesn't have any of that. The bonnet actually goes right down to the fender, and it's a super clean look. I'm gonna pop the front here though, check this out. What EV isn't complete without a little frunk up here? So, yeah, that's a front trunk. There is some more space. This is about 26 liters, okay? So you can put some stuff there, some basic things. You can maybe put some jumper cables if you needed, or just emergency stuff that you don't use very often. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm excited to take this thing for a drive. So why don't we gear it up, take it out on the road? Ooh, I've got a power seat on this side. That's nice to see without having to go to a top level trim. The first things I'm seeing, and I want to point something out. I've legitimately never driven this vehicle. This is completely organic. I have no current thoughts or anything about this vehicle. It's just, this is going to be real right now. We're gonna see this for the first time. So I fired it up with the push button start. I'm noticing first that I don't know what car I'm in. This doesn't say Ioniq. It doesn't say Hyundai anywhere in this vehicle, which is super cool. I did notice that it's got 4 little spots on the steering wheel, which you might question why there's 4 when this is the Ioniq 5. Well, I can tell you that 4 single dots in Morse code is H for Hyundai. I think that's a really cool little thing. I'm noticing these 2 screens, which I can tell you are 12.3 inches each, fully digital, and that is completely standard in this model, in this car, by the way, which is absolutely insane. Navigation is built in. I've got a lot of space here that I can use, so there's lots of different features in here. That is super responsive too. I don't know if there's another touchscreen in the entire industry that's quite as intuitive as what Hyundai's put in this Ioniq. So the shifter is obviously a little bit different. It's gonna be tough, it's gonna be a little awkward for you to take a peek at it, but there's a little thing over here, just give it a little twist and boom, away we go. Just like that. And I hope everyone's toes are clear because we're moving. So while we're gearing up a license plate, just so that we're street ready, I'm going to take a peek at some of this infotainment. First things first, I can see a little diagram of my vehicle, and I can actually see that I've got about 89% of my battery right now, and I can drive 313 kilometers. That's pretty cool. Now, I know that if I go into the EV app here, I've got like a little green carpet. So this will tell me just how far I can drive, which is, I think that's just super cool looking. I like these big white screens, by the way. This is super nice. I am kind of curious to know if there's a dark mode. I don't know about you, but when I'm looking at my phone or most of the apps on my computer, I always have a dark mode turned on. So I'm kind of curious to see if that's an option here. And it is, so that's cool. Oh yes. Now this is it right here. This is it. I'm into this. Now, when I'm looking at the steering wheel, I can see right away that I've got all of the advanced safety features like lane keep assist. I can see that I have adaptive cruise control in here. Forward collision warning. I know that there's rear parking sensors in here as well. I noticed when I was walking around the vehicle. This has blind spot detection in each of the side mirrors. This is really, really cool. And I like the way that there's still some buttons. I know a lot of cars are going super simple. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I like to be able to press a button if I want to turn the fan on. You know, I just want to be able to do that. Go in through things. Now, the one thing I can tell you have to use the infotainment for is you need to go in to turn on your heated seats or heated steering wheel, but it's super cool. Like I said, very responsive screen, so it's not hard at all. Fire those seats on. Oh, let my passenger get a little bit warm too. Why the heck not? And then I can get back to my home screen just like this. Yeah, this is really cool. Back to the steering wheel here, obviously Bluetooth. I know this car is available to be used with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well, which is super nice. That's what people are using these days, so you can get your Spotify or Apple Music rolling. I have this cool drive mode button. It's like, I like this. It almost feels like a little sporty with this, especially with this flat bottom steering wheel. So if I change the drive mode, what happens? So my entire cluster, which is also 12.3 inches, is completely changing here. Check that out. I like it. I like the different looks of that. Wow. Dual zone climate control. This is super effective. So when I'm looking into the EV app, because this is the important stuff, I want to see, oh cool, so I can schedule my charging departure times. So if I wanted to plug my car in when I got home from work, but you happen to be on like a time of day meter, you don't actually have to worry about reminding yourself to plug in before you go to sleep. You can just plug in when you get home. The car won't take the charge until it knows it needs to in the middle of the evening. And when I was talking about that V2L, when I was charging up the air fryer for some chicken nuggets, check this out. I can choose how much of my percentage is actually able to be used. That way, if you plug something in and you just kind of forget about it, you're not going to come back to your car with a dead battery. You can choose ahead of time just how much of your percentage it's allowed to use. Now that's cool. That's thinking ahead, because I am the type of person that would have left something plugged in for ages. You can set, oh wow, this has a lot of different things in here. What is it? Music, media. I like this. Valet mode, perfect. Quiet mode so the kids can sleep in the back. That is perfect. Phone projection. Are we geared up with the license plate and everything? Cool. We're legal now. I'm gonna roll these windows up. Let's take off here. So, like I said, this is genuinely my first time driving this vehicle. Now I can see that there's 4 different levels of like regeneration, let's call it. There's 0, 1, 2, and 3. And then there's something called an iPedal, which I've only heard of. I've never actually used, so I'm going to do that here in a moment. Now I can see down the bottom left corner of my screen, it tells me what my percentage of my battery is, as well as what level of regeneration I'm in. So I'm actually gonna pop myself in level 2. Okay, that feels good. Let's try that iPedal. Let's go straight for it. So, like I said, I've never driven with this iPedal thing, so fingers crossed that we make it back safe, all right? Oh, so I'm not pressing anything, and we're clearly slowing down for this vehicle's in front of us. This is absolutely insane. I'm still not pressing anything. The vehicle completely stopped. I'm sitting here on my feet. I'm not doing nothing here. That is incredible. So it has full 1-pedal driving, and the benefit for that is not only do you get some extra power from the momentum of your wheels back into the battery, but you can severely cut down your maintenance costs when it comes to like brake work, because you're not using your brakes quite as frequently. Now that is really neat. I like that a lot. Oh yeah, I can get used to that. This car is ridiculously quiet actually in here. This is like a very quiet drive right now. There's noise happening. We're driving over top of a pretty busy road. There's usually construction down in this region, and I'm not hearing almost any of that. I'm just hearing myself, which is sometimes more dangerous than anything. But now, I know I've been saying a lot of positive things. If I'm gonna say anything negative, just wait till the end here. I can tell you this is a bit of a smaller steering wheel, which is nice because it gives you super responsive steering, but I'm losing the corners here of my touch screen or my cluster screen, but there's nothing there, so I'm not losing any content. It's just, you know what? I guess if there's no content there, what difference does it make? So there's something that is no joke. When it comes to electric vehicles, everyone knows one of the fun things is just the drive of them. So I'm actually going to pull over here and just come to a quick stop. These are our guys behind us, right? Yep. So I'm going to come to a complete stop here, and I'm actually gonna we're gonna launch this car right now. So let's put it in sport mode. And Mr. Curry, if you're watching, I'm sorry about the tires, but let's do this. Oh my gosh. My guts are way up in my throat right now. So that was super fun. I think I don't know how high I made it up to. If you are a bit of an aggressive driver, you're gonna have an easy time being an aggressive driver in a vehicle like this. If you ever are in a predicament where you kind of have to jet out in traffic a little bit, you're never going to have an issue, which is super fun. Now remember, this is the rear-wheel drive version, so if speed is your poison, then you could have had a little bit better of a start or a little faster of a start with the all-wheel drive version, which, by the way, puts it about 320 horsepower, which and the torque is through the roof, so that's absolutely insane. I tell you, first impressions with this vehicle, this is my first time driving it. I know I'm harping on that, but this is super fun. And like I said it before, I'm a tall guy. I've got all this room here. Like, my legs can kind of completely open up here, and I'm not, you know, banging up against anything or brushing against anything. This is cool. This is really cool. I tell you, me and everyone back at the dealership would love to see you in our showroom or behind the wheel of one of these cars. So please, book your test drive. You can use Facebook to book your test drive. You can email us. You can even call us at 902-454-1000 or visit the showroom at 3625 Kempt Road in Halifax. And just let's book a test drive. We got to see some wow factor, because this is, I feel like a child. I'm giddy right now. So thank you so much for watching. 3625 Kempt Road in Halifax. Steele Hyundai, HRM's preferred Hyundai dealer. Wow. Thanks for watching, everyone.